Witam Was w kolejnym, drugim już odcinku z gry SpellForce 3 na PlayStation 5. I tak jak wspominałam, poprawiłam sobie tą postać. Po prostu trzeba było nacisnąć akceptuj zamiast zapisz postać, ale okej, niech będzie. Dobra.
Where am I?
Are you serious? What does it look like?
Zażartujemy.
Kiara's Gardens?
Yeah, save for the grapes and the virgins. That is, unless you've hidden any under that bed of yours. You were screaming as if Nor himself was at your throat. Not the best way to make an impression on the new recruits, don't you think? It was that dream again, wasn't it? The nightmare.
Yes.
Look, I know I've said this before, but you did the right thing back then. Your father, he was a madman. Defying him was the only sane thing to do.
Not everyone in the Royal Army seems to agree on that.
Well, then they are fools. All they want is a scapegoat, and you, as a Samo Tahar's child, are the best one they got their hands on. Honestly, you shouldn't need me to remind you about that.
It wasn't the dream about the cave. It was the one I've been having since I was a child.
That one. Well, what can I say? You're one tormented soul, my friend. But probably that's why we get along so well.
Yeah, probably.
But still, sometimes I can't help but feel that you still feel guilty about betraying Asamo. Just don't, all right? You did the right thing.
I know, Bertrand. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for, isn't it? For what it's worth, at least, the new laws will prevent something like that from ever happening again. Magic is dangerous, and your father and his rebellion were all the proof for that. We can't just allow mages to run around using their powers as they please. There just need to be limits, rules. And the new laws are just that. A rule set plain and simple. Those mages the Purity branded, they chose their own fate. They were criminals and murderers.
No to trochę bolesne, w sensie te prawa, i wydaje mi się, że nad tym będzie polegać fabuła gry. Ale zobaczymy.
Were they?
You're talking about that woman. Yes, they made a mistake, but come on. All the evidence suggested that she killed that merchant. It's tragic, and it must never happen again. But I can't really blame the judges. And also, the law was never perfect to begin with. But it's better than having no law at all.
I'm a mage. What if one day they decide that I'm a defiler, too?
Come on, don't be ridiculous. You're a battle mage of the Royal Army, of the Wolf Guard, for heck's sake. You use your powers for the greater good, unlike the ones who are being sentenced.
Corporal Tahar? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb.
What is it?
Lord Marshal Angar and General Noria have requested your presence. You and Corporal Carpel are to report to them in the Hall of War as soon as possible.
What's it about?
I'm not in a position to tell.
All right, then. Shall we go together, Tahar? I've been meaning to stretch my legs anyway.
Sure. Thank you, boy. You can leave.
Of course. Corporal Tahar? Corporal Carpel?
You should put some clothes on first.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me.
Mogliśmy iść bez ubrań. To jakaś opcja, weź wszystko. Okej.
Ready? Then let's go.
Sztylet też mogę założyć? Nie, albo to, dobra, to łuk. Okej, idziemy. Gdzie? A nie, bo to jest mam ich obu, okej. Dobra, przelecimy się po tym miejscu, może coś jeszcze znajdziemy ciekawego. Upewnię się tylko, czy się nagrywa. Tak, dobra.
Will do.
Ciekawe jestem, czy tu jeszcze jakieś rzeczy do znalezienia by były, więc...
Yes.
Przejrzymy. Tu nic nie ma. O, tu coś mamy.
Now would you look at that?
Tutaj chyba nic. Też warto trochę pozwiedzać, bo można znaleźć potrzebne rzeczy. To może zobaczymy. A, tu coś mamy. Jakiś klucz znaleźliśmy. Okej. To już chyba będzie wszystko, chyba że tu jeszcze w prawo się da iść. Da się iść. Dobra, to pójdziemy. Strasznie wolno chodzą. Szkoda, że się nie da przyspieszyć ich jakoś. Okej. Coś świecącego się gdzieś. O, jest.
Let's see. It's quite empty. Where are all the recruits?
Out for the drills or in the halls of justice, I guess. There's a trial taking place right now.
Another mage?
Yeah, some elven woman, I believe.
Chwilka, a to? Co to jest?
Of course.
Dobra, nic. Już myślałam, że coś się aktywuje albo coś. Dobra.
No city of Northander evokes as much awe as Greyfell and its guardian keep, the seat of the crown. Built into the Hibernian ruins that once crowned King's Mountain, its walls and towers were made to withstand every foe and army, from the great Orcish horde to a swarm of dragons. It was here that the Mage Wars came to an end, after an unknown rebel warned the crown of your father's planned attack. You remember the battle that followed all too well. Though many soldiers were honored for their bravery, no amount of medals will make you forget the widow's cries at the funeral pyres.
Ah, finally, some fresh air. Come on, Tahar. Let's head to the North Tower.
W sumie ciekawy zabieg, że nazywają nas zawsze pewnie przez całą grę Tahar, więc możemy imię dać naszej postaci jakie chcemy, ale nazwisko zostanie.
Quite the view, isn't it? Just doesn't get old. Still hard to believe that some 1,000 years ago, somebody actually built this place.
Okay. Chyba ta egzekucja.
May the light have mercy on you.
There she goes. No more magic for you.
I didn't know the Iron Mask kills right away.
Well, from what I've heard, there are two ways it can go. Either it makes you lose your magic, and then slowly your sanity, or it causes a brain rupture once it's branded onto your face. Seems that this woman suffered the latter.
Ajaj.
Who was she?
No idea. She might have been with the rebels the army recently took out near Windwall. They still haven't given up. By all that can be said about your father, he certainly had his followers. They're like weeds. Whenever you think you've gotten them all, you find a new patch eating away the seeds somewhere.
I still can't believe the Lord Marshal is allowing them to do this in Greykeep. Weren't they an underground movement just some moons ago?
They were. Things changed quickly, it seems.
Dobra, to chyba wszystko.
Let's move on.
Sure.
Możemy z nimi porozmawiać?
Yes?
Możemy.
Who are you?
Just two soldiers. We saw the branding. Impressive work.
What do you want?
Could you tell me more about the purity of light? About your faith?
Oh, you're a seeker.
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, I will do my best to answer your questions.
What exactly do you believe in? I've been told the purity of light renounces the Guardians. Is that true?
Renounce? No. The Guardians, as well as the renegade gods, are Aeonir's creation. And they are as truthful as he is. They left us.
What do you mean by they left?
Well, they were only temporary to begin with. Aeonir created them to tend to our world as long as mankind is corrupted. But now he wants to return to our world. The Guardians have gone back to their slumber.
Aeonir wants to return?
Yes, Aeonir will return to this world. 12 moons ago, the Harbinger of Light, our leader, had visions where the All-Father himself spoke to him. He said that after all the suffering we, his creation, had to endure, the time has come to bring peace again. He will reveal himself to us, and will make this world one of freedom, peace, and equality again.
A reszta dialogu? Okay.
And how exactly will he do this? It's not like there's no reason our world is the way it is.
It's a god we are talking about, not a guardian, but a true god. The only god, the creator. You're making the mistake I made before the Harbinger showed me the truth too. You are trying to apply human thinking to something that never was human to begin with.
And why hasn't he returned yet?
Well, that's the reason we're here. Aeonir also told the Harbinger something else. That he will only return once mankind has become pure again.
Pure?
Yes. Free of the wrong faith. Free of defilers. That's our mission. And once we've succeeded, the Harbinger will open the gates so that Aeonir can step through.
Interesting.
That's one word for it.
Okej, posłuchamy tych
Your
dialogów.
movement originated in Greyfell, correct?
Movement. I don't think you quite understand who we are, soldier. But I have faith that you will soon enough. Regarding your first question, yes, we do. Harbinger of Light, or Rondar Lacane, as his worldly name is known. He is out of the city at the moment, but if you want a chance to hear his sermons yourself, he will return to Greykeep 1 or 2 days from now.
This woman, what did she do?
That one? She was one of Asamo Tahar's rebels. They hid in wind walls, but the Royal Army took out their camp. She summoned a beast that tore apart 13 soldiers before they finally pinned her down. It's good that the mask put an end to her right away.
What's your problem with mages?
We don't have a problem with mages. We have a problem with defilers.
What's the difference?
Well, a mage is someone who has the ability to tap into the power the All-Father Aeonir used to create the universe. It's a burden, and we are well aware of how some mages suffer. However, having that ability by itself is not a sin. Using it is. Man should not have that power, regardless of stature or morality.
But that's what defilers do. They have no
Tam było jeszcze
humility.
jedno zdanie.
They recklessly indulge in their magic and use it for their own purposes. Asamo Tahar is the best example. He showed the world how foul and dangerous uncontrolled magic can be.
Dobra.
What about battle mages? There are mages in the Royal Army too.
Well, technically they are defilers too, but they are a necessary evil, so to speak. Mages are powerful, and in order to keep Northander safe from them, they might be needed. It sounds paradoxical, I know, but it's the truth.
But can't magic also be used for good?
It's not about good or bad, it's about humility. Man was never meant to use magic. And the disregard of this fact is what made the world the violent, corrupted place that it is. So yes, magic can heal as much as it can kill, but that does not change that we are not allowed to meddle with it. We are not gods, soldier, we are men, and until we know our place again, Aeonir will not return.
Trochę głupie, no bo skoro tak, to dlaczego niektórzy ludzie
Well,
mają
thanks for your
tą
help.
możliwość?
I'll be going.
Certainly. Aeonir's light guide your path, soldier.
Skoro ten Aeonir, powiedzmy, że jest stworzycielem świata, tak, no to dlaczego pozwolił ludziom używać magii, skoro nie powinni jej używać? Jakieś filozoficzne rozprawy to zaczynam robić, ale no, taka prawda. Tu chyba musimy iść. Tak mi się wydaje.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
Chyba przejść. A, bo to jest dopiero... Dobra, myślałam, że to już jest... Dobra, podejdziemy. Myślałam, że to jest już wejście do budynku, a to tylko brama.
Look at that. The fabled Wolf Guard has arrived. Always good to see some friendly faces.
Sergeant Esme?
Always so stern, Bertrand. What do you need? Some early morning practice?
Why not? What do you think, Tahar?
Who are we fighting?
Well, what does it look like? Recruits. Some of them almost know what they're doing, but some others could really use some actual sparring. So, what do you say?
Well, I guess I could do with some
Spoko.
practice.
Good. Then get in the ring. No, 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 no. Brandon, Ronan, come here.
Yeah,
See these two over there? You'll fight them.
but they're Wolfguard.
Znaczy, trochę to będzie śmieszne, bo
Correct. I've seen you two train,
my
and you won't
mamy
last a
obydwoje
second out in
łuki.
the field. Time for you to get some real practice.
But,
Get in the ring.
as you command.
Quite the dragon, isn't she? Let's go easy on them, Tahar.
All right, lads, here we go again. Show the corporal what you're made of.
Zwróćcie uwagę, ile krwi z nich poleciało.
Read my mind.
Jezus Maria.
All right, I yield. I said I yield, damn it.
All right, corporal. I think they've had enough. Well done, lads. Now get back to the barracks and have someone see to those wounds, all right?
Poor sods.
The sergeant is right. If they're going to survive out
To
there,
wygląda nie
they need
jakbyśmy
proper
ich
training. In other words, we did them a
lekko
favor.
zranili,
One way
tylko
to
co
see
najmniej zabili. Ale okej, niech im będzie. Masakra. Też mi śmieszą takie rzeczy w grach. Jak są właśnie jakieś sparingi, coś takiego. A wygląda to tak, jakbyśmy co najmniej zabili te postacie. No, to chyba jest quest główny. Tak. Jeszcze pójdziemy na tą rozprawę sądową i zobaczymy handlarza, bo to chyba będzie handlarz. A, jeszcze mieliśmy porozmawiać. Wróć. To porozmawiajmy najpierw.
Good work. Those pals aren't without talent. They're far too spoiled by these walls. Hang on a moment. Here. I've heard talk about a new mission, and something tells me it's the reason the Lord Marshal wants to see you. And I guess you could use these.
A friendly gesture. I almost forgot how that felt.
Don't be so dramatic. So, what do you say? Tired already? My boys could do with more real combat like that.
What do you think, Tahar?
Dobra.
Yes, why not? I could use some more practice.
Great. Let's make it more of a challenge this time. Get in the ring when you're ready.
Bez najmniejszego problemu to raczej
Yes, you
zrobimy.
Wolf Guards! Get your asses over here!
Are you talking to us, Sergeant?
I am. I want you to fight Corporal Tahar and Carpal.
And just when did we become your recruits?
You're not. But my recruits need to see some real combat. And a fight between 5 brethren of the Wolf Guard would be quite the show.
Look, we don't have time for...
We'll fight.
But
Get in the ring.
On your marks, and fight!
Okej.
Charge! Take them down!
Stop! That's enough! What are you trying to do, for heck's sake? Get yourself killed? This is practice, and Tahar beat you. You might not be my unit, but this is my ring. Get out of there!
This isn't over, Tahar. I swear it.
Okej. Wygląda jakbyśmy...
1, 2,
Nas nie lubili?
1, 2. That's it, lads. Keep at it.
Blazes. That guy fought as if he wanted to kill you. Aren't you Wolf
Zobaczcie, jak
Guard soldiers supposed to
zablokowałam
be,
tych
I don't know.
strażników tutaj.
We are. I've no idea what got into him.
Maybe, nonsense. Never mind.
What is it?
Just a stupid thought. Forget about it.
Bertrand, tell me.
No idea how much you remember from that night when we freed you, but as I told you, Anselm was there, together with his sister. Your father, he killed her. Judging by the look on Anselm's face, he hates your guts. So maybe...
You think he's blaming me for her death?
I don't know, maybe.
That's stupid.
You're telling me. But anyway, it's just an assumption. I might be completely wrong.
Anyway, here. You should take this as an apology. It was a stupid idea to have you fight each other. I'd suggest another round, but I suppose you've had enough by now. And the Lord Marshal's waiting for you.
Who would we fight?
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's much point in having you beat more recruits. But seeing you fight has reminded me that lately, I haven't had a lot of practice neither.
You want to fight us?
I.
2 versus 1?
You don't count, Bertrand.
Very funny.
Come on, let's not overthink this. Let's get in the ring.
Okej, ale chyba na to rozleweluję na wszelki wypadek.
It's fireballs you're dodging, not candy.
Teraz tak. Nie. O, właśnie to chciałam. Łucznictwo. 2, 3 nawet. Tutaj. Powodzenie weźmiemy. I punkty. Wydaje mi się, że troszkę warto dać w siłę na początek. Okej, czy mamy coś w ekwipunku? Nie. Dobra, to lecimy.
Good. Then let's dance. Ready, Tahar? Ready your weapons.
No, za trudno to nie było.
Alright, this is enough. Oof. The years have really taken their toll on me. This would have gone down differently some years ago.
That's what they all say.
Sod off, Carpal. Jokes aside, thanks for the practice. That was a damn good fight. Let's just hope seeing their sergeant in the dust like this doesn't make the recruits act all cocky again.
Well, if it does, you'll be there to show them their place.
I guess. Anyway, you should go see the marshal now. Good luck, you two. Stay safe.
Jeszcze pójdziemy zobaczyć rozprawę.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's it, lads.
Dobra. Amulet. Nie no, pierścień skupienia. No i możemy zlevelować od razu. Aha, to po prostu mamy sobie. To niekoniecznie.
What do we need?
Oj, nie. Nie chciałam atakować. Tak, chciałam. Myślę, że weźmiemy tą pierwszą pomoc i od razu... Aha, atrybutu nie dostaliśmy. Aha, no tak. Zapominam, że trzeba to zatwierdzać. A on... Pułapka odłamkowa? Obszarowa. Spoko brzmi. Okej, wchodzimy.
Few people know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was constructed in 6542 by King Arif Eilith as a monument to his greatness. Arif was known for his cruelty and decadence, when after a fight, his equally disliked brother attempted to kill him. Arif fled all the way to the top of the Grey Tower, into his shrine. But his brother, sword in hand, followed. A fight ensued in which both of them were fatally wounded. Ever since, the hall has stood as a symbol for justice.
Ciekawe.
This isn't the Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, I forgot. But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
Well, it's probably already started. Let's go take a look.
Idziecie czy nie?
I'm ready.
Aha.
And you swear by the light that your words are the truth.
I swear.
So be it. Do you have anything to say in your defense, Elf?
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
Do you think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aenir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonidas soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnenmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by the morrow. The trial is over.
Nie widzę żadnego sznurka na jej rękach.
That's tough.
What do you make of this?
I don't know. She might be speaking the truth, or she might be lying. But it's 2 witnesses against her word, so I guess the sentence was only fair.
Who was that woman? The older one?
You don't know? Alright, now that surprises me. That was Amaria Leonider, the only surviving member of House Leonider. All of her sons died in the final battle of the Nortander army against your father's rebels.
She seemed to be very upset by what the elf said about Aenir.
Yeah, no wonder. She's one of the most fervent followers of the purity. Probably also one of the reasons why they could get so much influence within the crown. House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Nortander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer.
Ok, idziemy. No
Yes.
to raczej wątpię, żeby były jakieś przedmioty.
Understood.
Nawet jeśli, to faktycznie chciałabym już iść na tego głównego questa. Wychodzimy. Okej, tym razem bez żadnego tekstu. Znaczy, tekst był, ale nie był mówiony.
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important, as it houses both the Hall of War and the Hall of Justice.
Here we are. Now let's find the Lord Marshal and the General.
Yeah, they're probably in the Hall of War.
O, ciekawe co to.
Tahar, there's something I've been wondering about lately.
What?
All this, the army, the Wolf Guard, the crown, does it fulfill you?
What do you mean?
It just, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Tu pewnie na górę, ale czy tutaj da się wejść? Co to jest?
Tahar, that's the cellar, not the war room.
Okej.
You know that, right?
I was just wondering why it looks as if it hasn't been open for years. Isn't that why they store some provisions in case of a siege?
Well, good question. You'll have to ask the quartermaster about that.
Got it.
Acknowledged. Let's see.
Dobra, za chwilę.
What are you doing? These are General Noria's quarters.
To faktycznie nie chcę tam wchodzić. Na wszelki wypadek. Chyba więcej nie będzie tutaj nic. No to wchodzimy.
All right, here we go. Ready to go in?
You sound nervous.
Nervous? No. Never mind. Come on, let's go in.
The Hall of War is not only where most of Northander politics are conducted, but also where emissaries and diplomats from other empires are first received when visiting Greykeep. It is easy to understand the reason. Once one has walked on the marble floors, through the gilded arches, and beneath the eyes of the many statues that adorn its giant halls.
Okej, chyba jesteśmy. O, tu coś jest do wzięcia.
Interesting.
I said dismissed.
But all we need is more time. The cure is within reach, and we...
You've had your time, and what did you achieve? Nothing. People are dying as we speak, and if we do not stop this plague right now, it'll wipe out all of Greyfell next. Once you've found a cure, fine, we will use it.
Dosyć głośno rozmawiałem.
This is the only way.
I understand, Lord Marshal. Forgive me for my failure.
Dismissed.
Tahar, get over here. We don't have all...
Lord Marshal, General Noria, you wanted to see us?
We did. Sentenza?
Yes. What do you know about the blood burn?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
So, our commitment to secrecy worked for a change. That's refreshing.
The blood burn is a plague. The first time we heard about it was about 3 months ago. For almost a moon's turn now, every capable alchemist of Greyfell and Everlight has been searching for a cure. And there are rumors that the elves, the dwarves, and even the greenskins are affected by it as well. Problem is, we are nowhere near a solution, and recently there's been a massive outbreak at a village near Greyfell, Leonon.
And am I right to assume that this blood burn is lethal?
Absolutely. It's by far the most dangerous plague EO has seen since the Red Fever. It corrupts a person's blood, hence the name. It starts with a light fever and some nausea. Within a week, people will bleed from their mouths and their eyes. We don't know what causes it, and so far, no medicine is shown to help. Once the first symptoms show, it goes quickly. The blood forms blisters, which eventually burst open, and by then, the fever already causes an excruciating pain. After that, it's over quickly. Within the next few days, the victim will bleed out like a slaughtered pig.
Tiara's breath.
Indeed.
Any idea what causes it? How does it spread?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. Some things seem to suggest that it's contagious, whereas some alchemists believe the infections occurred random.
At random?
Well, not entirely. Apparently there's a pattern, but it seems almost too ridiculous to say it.
The infected we've talked to, many of them have reported hearing, I don't know how to put it, noises around where the infection must have taken place.
Noises?
Yes, some of them even said it sounded like a voice. Superstitious nonsense, of course. But it might suggest that it's more than a mere disease, which is troubling.
A curse. That is what you were suggesting, isn't it?
A curse? No. If anything, I think it might be some kind of magical anomaly. However, we're not here to muse about the causes of the plague. We have scholars set on that. You're here because the Wolf Guard was set out on a mission. Sentenza.
We have to find a way to contain the outbreak in that village, Leonon. If the infections reach Greyfell, we will be faced with a catastrophe that will make the Mage Wars look like a pleasant dream. Thus, we, together with a small division of Nortander soldiers, will travel to Leonon and assess the situation and see what we can do.
Okay.
What's my role in this?
What kind of question is that? You're a member of the Wolf Guard and this is a royal mission. End of story.
I understand. But if there's no cure, how can we contain it?
We'll see when we get there.
If the bloodburn is deadly, how do we protect ourselves when we go into contaminated territory?
Again, we haven't understood the bloodburn's distribution pattern yet, so there's a chance it'll not affect you anyway. But to make sure, our alchemists have prepared a concoction that's supposed to protect against the infection.
Supposed to protect?
Well, it did work for our scouts. We'll simply have to take the risk.
Understood. When do we set out?
Tomorrow at first light. Just get your things and your potion from the alchemist downstairs. His name is Albertus de Reims. Then meet me at the gate when you're ready. Anything else, Lord Marshal Arendir?
No. Just solve the problem.
We will.
Okej, podamy radę. Zastanawiałam się, o co chodzi z tytułem tego, ale zwróćcie uwagę, że jest Szara twierdza, Szara wiea, bez rzet. W sumie zabawne.
Are you Albertus de Reims?
Depends on who's asking.
Corporal Carpel and Corporal Tahar, Wolfguard. We were told you can give us a medicine that can protect against the bloodburn.
Ah, so that's you. Yes, here are your potions. Drink 2 sips of it 2 hours before entering the contaminated zone. It lasts for about 7 hours.
And it works?
Of course it works. Just make sure to never go over my suggested dose, otherwise it can be lethal. Now, is there anything else? If not, I've got business to attend to.
No, that was all. Thank you.
Okej. Tahar, Bertrand i ty. Kto to jest ty? Dobra. Lecimy do tego Lianon. Mam nadzieję, że nie będziemy musieli teraz przechodzić przez cały zamek. Tylko jakoś się gdzieś przeniesiemy czy coś. Okej, chyba gdzieś tutaj trzeba wyjść. Wydaje mi się, że jak tu kliknę, to... A nie, gdzieś idą. Dobra. Teraz zobaczymy, jak to rędę. Tutaj chyba. Tak. Tu coś mamy. Okej, to tylko jakiś posąg. Nie wiem, czy dobrze idę. Możecie się tu ruszyć? Możecie. Czy nie? Gdzie są moje postacie? Tu, tędy. Okej, a żeby dojść tu, to chyba muszę tu iść. Czy oni się tam zablokowali? Nie. Dobra. Chyba, że nie. Czekajcie, no. Tu? Tu? Dobra, nie mam pojęcia. Tu? Tu! Znalazłam. Okej. Dobra, dobiegniemy sobie. Tu. Na to wygląda. I okej, zanim pójdziemy dalej, jako że przed chwilą był automatyczny zapis, będziemy kończyć ten odcinek. Także widzimy się już w następnym. Cześć!